There we go.
Okay, fantastic. Oh, that's nice. We've got all the cards there as well.
Yes.
Okay, so Michael's list. You've got Kyle Katarn in the Hawk 290, packing Rage, Twin Laser Turret, and 9 Num. So that's some extra green on the dial, which definitely helps the Hawk keep its distance. Then we've got Kanan Jarrus in the Ghost, with an accuracy corrector, a Twin Laser Turret, Inspiring Recruit, and a Recon Specialist, so some stress shedding opportunities there, and some extra focus tokens. And finally we've got Zeb in the Attack Shuttle, with an Auto Blaster Turret, a Chopper Crew, and the Phantom.
Very nice.
Interesting stuff.
Yeah.
Is that 100 points on the dot?
It is 100 points on the dot.
100 points on the dot, yeah. The Rage Inspiring Recruit combo is a good one. It does require Kyle and Kanan to stick together to a certain extent, but to be honest, that's not too much of an issue.
Good day, Mr. Lincoln, once again.
Back again, yes.
Joining us as a special guest commentator, our second kind of regular commentator of the day.
Well, hey, I'd like to be included in that list.
How's your day of no turrets gone?
Unfortunately,
There's a
not the
reason
way
he
I would
uses them.
like, and there's a reason why I'm in here, not out there. Because I
there's
may have got a round 4 by.
There's a reason why you use them, I think is the way, what you were looking
No,
for.
no. To be fair, I got points in every single game. First game was crits that annoyed me. Second game was crits. Third game was just poor form.
This is the interesting list, because look at all those upgrades on Ray. You know, that's 63 points worth of goodness there.
Yeah, no, that is very chunky. So, with Will Greely's list, we have got Kyle Katarn. For a second time, interestingly, we do not have Jan Ors amongst these two Hawks. So we've got Kyle Katarn with Veteran Instincts for some Pilot Skill 8 to match Ray, a Twin Laser Turret, a Recon Specialist to pair with the Mouldy Crow title, so we will expect to see an infinitely high stack of focus tokens appearing at some point, and some Vectored Thrusters. I was initially thinking that the Vectored Thrusters and the Recon Specialist were slightly counterproductive when paired on the same ship, but actually they work really well, because with the Mouldy Crow you can spend a couple of turns of banking your focus, and then that leaves you free to be much more manoeuvrable than anticipated.
Yeah.
And especially against those like lower pilots, you could then use that barrel roll to get out to range 2 to fire your TLT.
Yeah. And then we've got Ray clocking in with Expert Handling. For those of you not familiar with Expert Handling, it lets you barrel roll and remove a target lock from your ship, and then if you don't have the barrel roll icon in your action bar, gain stress token. Some Ion Pulse missiles, so unusually seeing some missiles on the Hawk, not on the Hawk, on the Falcon. Kanan Jarrus to open up both Ray and Kyle's dials potentially. As don't forget, Kanan Jarrus is a friendly ship, so it can be either the ship he's on or another ship within range. Finn for adding an extra blank dice in Ray's arc. The Millennium Falcon Force Awakens title that allows you to do a 180 turn after a 3 bank, assuming you are not currently stressed.
Or bumped.
A smuggling compartment containing some inertial dampeners. And what's the remaining upgrade on there?
Oh, the remaining upgrade? Sorry, that's a hull upgrade.
And a hull upgrade.
Which we thought was unusual.
A hull upgrade is definitely unusual on a high health ship, because effectively it diminishes in value the more hull you've already got in place.
I think
on someone like Sentir or Carnor, you're adding 25% extra. With this, you're adding a tiny fraction more.
Yeah, it's so little that it doesn't really matter in the grand scheme of things.
But on something like Chewie, though, that's a guaranteed extra hull point because his crits go face down.
But it's the fact that you're rolling so many less dice that doesn't really matter, because you could get to a point where it's 3 hits left, and so that hull upgrade's not really helped you, really.
It's made it 14 hits, though, that needs to go through, so...
Having said that, it could well turn out that we go down to a 1 hull point left on Ray at the end of the game, at which point Will be very pleased about his choice. The other thing is, does it affect where the half points value is on the Falcon?
63, it's half rounded down, so it's 62.36.
No, does it affect where we actually measure the half point from?
Yes, because it needs to now be 9, because it needs to be half or more than half. Half or more, sorry.
Half or more, yeah. So
It's gone. It's on the Hawk, isn't it? No,
it's on the Falcon. So
The Falcon, yes.
8, 5, 13, 14. So it still would have triggered on the 7th hit.
okay.
So it triggers on the moment the second.
Okay, so the whole upgrade doesn't help on that particular occasion.
If you're going to do it, I would have gone for a shield upgrade, but
I think he's a point short for that.
and he can't take anything more than 3 with the title. Sorry, the smuggling compartment. So I can see what he's done. I'm still a believer of smuggling compartment countermeasures with Ray because it gives potentially that 3rd dice at range band 1 when you proc it.
I did see someone running a scavenger crane in countermeasures.
Yeah.
So
Chelsea is. I know that for a fact.
there you go then. Yeah.
I like countermeasures. I think countermeasures is probably not something I would pair with the ship that also has expert handling, because you're doubling up on that.
Oh no!
Ditch
No.
the target locks at that point.
No, I would have. With Chelsea's list, it's got countermeasures, not countermeasures expertise, but yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how this one goes. I actually played Michael Maggs in the last game. Narrowly. The only thing that was left was Jan Orr's left in the end. But yeah, had some fun terms. It was obviously a bit hard with Kane and Jarrus there for obviously personal reasons, trying to shoot Kanan down. But
Okay, so we've got some opening movement from Michael here. Quite an open asteroid field there. Not much clustering, which, given the fact that there's 2 large bases, Michael's ships are not fantastically manoeuvrable, and Ray wants those big sweeping open arcs for those S-loops potentially. I think that's some good deployment decisions being made there.
If it was me, if I was Michael though, I would have tried to make sure they're really clustered together though, because it stops Ray. And if you force Ray into the asteroids, can't really sloop from there.
You got a point, I guess. A lot, but
yeah.
I'm interested. So I'm assuming from the look of this that Michael has got the initiative. Oh no, all of his ships are lower pilot skill anyway, so it's not something you can tell from this.
5, 3, and 6. Yeah,
doesn't matter too much on this.
Well, we always say that, but then
inevitably it happens.
Yeah,
so
damage cockpit could happen. So it's happened to me in a couple of games.
And it's Carcaton. Not in the Multicrow, but it is.
Which is weird, actually, thinking about it. You normally see a Hawk with the Multicrow title for just the ability to be able to bank over multiple turns.
Yeah, that is unusual, but not unheard of.
No.
I think you don't have the points for it. Simple as that.
No.
Yeah, Ezra Bridger. Zeb, isn't it?
But yeah, my game actually against Michael was a bit interesting because I had a range band 1 defense against Zeb. He rolled 2 crits. I couldn't find 2 evades, and that's what finished off then. But
that is definitely, I think, one of the big weaknesses of the Protectorate Starfighter. It's a fantastic ship. It does a lot of things very well, but it is so crit vulnerable.
Yeah.
God, they're really chasing up quickly, aren't they? Really closing in very fast.
Yeah, that's going to be interesting to see what happens with this turn, I think.
Are those acrylic asteroids I'm looking at?
No, they have just got a yellow spot on them. If you're thinking of that one, yes, it's a yellow spot.
Yeah, Will's. Michael's are very, very heavily marked to make it clear whose they belong to.
Yeah.
Michael needs to do some careful range control here. He does not want to get caught at range 1 by Ray. That is very bad news for him because it stops his TLTs having the full effect.
Or if he's at range, if he has got a shot on Ray, make sure it's out of arc, and hope it's out of arc. So even if it's not Jan, it's Kyle. So there wouldn't be any additional dice apart from the fin and arc. So if Michael's going for it, I wouldn't be upset with a range band 1 out of arc shot where Kanan's got his 5 dice primary at range 1.
The 5 dice primary is nice, but the 5 dice primary I think is probably not going to be as consistent as the accuracy corrected 4 twin laser turret shots the Ghost is going to put out. Like, I think that's going to be Michael's real edge in this if he can manage to keep it. If he can keep that range 2 to 3 distance, and he can just keep throwing dice at Ray, because Ray, even with her rerolls, even assuming that she can consistently keep arc, is going to suffer from having 3 dice, and then 3 dice, and then 3 dice, and then 3 dice, and all of those doing a minimum of 2 hits.
Yeah.
Like, that is a very punishing volley of fire. And Kyle Katarn's rage boosted TLT shots are hyper accurate. 3 rerolls in there, plus he's got that focus token.
Oh yeah.
It's very strong.
I felt that personally last round, and that was what finished it off in the end. It was the here we go. It pulls for 5k.
Interesting.
I think what he's trying to do is make sure that he plays against Will on his own terms. Probably a 2 bank to then clear the stress next turn.
That's a very curious manoeuvre, though.
That is a curious manoeuvre. However, he has opened up his angles of approach somewhat. And Kanan is not too bothered about dice modification. Because most of the time he's not rolling anything on defence, and when he's rolling things on attack, he's got the accuracy corrector to help guarantee.
Yeah. To guarantee, as you say, just to guarantee the actually correct to guarantee a minimum of 2 hits every time, which isn't too bad.
It's been a good day, though, hasn't it?
We've seen a pleasing amount of variety in terms of lists. Admittedly, some of that's as slightly cherry picking. There have been a lot of Ray Jan lists out there.
Yeah, but at least we had this joke actually out on the floor before the game got started that there was more StarVipers here today than there was at the whole of Yavin, just because obviously any Scum list has to have a StarViper or 4 if you're.
I was going to say, I would have thought it would not entirely surprise me if Chris Badette's list by itself was more StarVipers than there was at the system.
Exactly.
But I've been very pleased to see how the StarViper has performed as well. I think this has nicely demonstrated that the StarViper is potentially a very capable ship. It's just a bit too expensive.
I think though, at the moment, in the way things are, I think unfortunately the only StarViper, it comes a 1 straight from the Ghost. The only StarViper, unfortunately, at the moment that I can see is any value when it hits the table is Grealy.
I'm going to disagree with you on that one. I am a huge favorite of Zizor is a very strong pilot. You've got the potential of pilot skill 9, which benefits the StarViper's maneuverability quite a lot. And don't get me wrong, I think Grealy is a tremendous pilot with a really good pilot ability. But there is
still overcosted though for StarViper.
There is a bit of counterplay to her. Zizor gets around what I think is the StarViper's biggest weak spot, which is that very heavy vulnerability that it's potentially got. By being able to pass your damage out to your allied ships, you can effectively force your opponent to split their fire up. And that's already a strong tactic in and of itself. And then doing that to a high value ship really benefits. But Zizor does definitely require list building around, whereas Grealy I think is a bit easier to be like, I have got 35, 37, 40-ish points free in my list. I can fit some variety of Grealy build in there to do something useful. Yeah.
I was actually thinking, because obviously I played a StarViper today, I could actually play, if you remember you did go to Yarmouth? You did, didn't you?
Not the most recent Yarmouth one, no.
It was just before you went to Yavin, I think.
I know, that was on the same weekend as Yavin.
I don't know, I went to one before that, at the start of the year, before we had our casual tournament.
Don't think I could make that one.
Okay, well I took Palob, Manaru and Guri. I was thinking about I could have played that, but I'm not sure at the moment with Manaru's ability I could get to it. But yeah, so there was a sloop from Ray, a nice little turn in there from Kyle. So we'll have to see what happens here. There's obviously no shooting, so it's back to dials. I wouldn't be surprised to see Kanan doing a hard 1 left here, just to get it pointing in the right direction.
That trail of focus tokens out the back of Will's Will's hawk there. It's just glorious.
Glorious.
I would do that on
1,
a
2, 3, 4,
dice.
5, 6. 6 focus tokens. Beautiful.
I would do it on a dice.
Technically,
personally.
dice are not legal these days for that, but
I would ask my opponent, are you fine with me using it to count for the number of focuses that are sitting on there?
oh, yeah, of course.
So,
But no, that's a lot of banked action efficiency that's there on Kyle, and that could potentially come into play quite strongly later on, because with that 6 tokens banked already, potentially going to be 8 before we actually see an opening exchange of fire. That is a lot of feeding modifiers through to Ray, which leaves Ray freer to take actions that she might need to, or leave herself stressed in a pinch.
yeah, you could potentially like even use that barrel roll to get yourself across there and then go, well, I've still got my focus.
Yeah, precisely.
I've still got my arc. I still get my rerolls.
Okay, right now, Darren Chapman is sitting to win the vote, it seems, at the stage. So don't forget, players, I posted up... Oh, thank you for following us, Code Janix. We appreciate that. You probably haven't seen that. But,
No. So you've been working on stuff and you haven't told me about it.
Yeah, well, it was a last-minute thing. I did it last night. Yeah.
Still could have told me.
But yeah...
Okay, so we've got a turn in from the ghost there.
Also, doesn't the paint job on that thing look absolutely glorious?
Oh,
It's
and
very nice.
And have you noticed how low to the ground that is?
We can't tell from here, but it is really low to the ground.
Do you know why?
It's on a single peg, and it's only being held up by the little tombstone numbers, because it just perfectly manages to balance it out. And it keeps, apparently, as Michael said the other day to me, it's the most stable I've ever managed to get a ghost.
Because it's the lowest centre of gravity. You got as far to pick it up from. It's
So
got a nice
there you go,
solid grip.
guys. If you have a problem with your ghost, a standard
Large
base peg, a couple of number tombstones, which then you'll number your ship anyway, and you're golden, apparently.
It works. Believe me, it works.
Vector thrusters coming into play here. Very curious manoeuvre. Probably trying to keep distance away from the ghost.
Yeah.
I think Will's being just a tiny bit conservative there.
I don't know. That ghost can move.
The ghost
Ghosts can move, but not that much.
But specifically, he's got a lot of. I mean, he's got pilot skill advantage with both of his ships. I would probably have taken that opportunity to bank some more focus and just keep hammering it in there. I know that seems like it might be a bit of a false economy, but it's very easy to start burning through those. Kyle might need to burn through them on each TLT shot he makes. Ray is going to want some of them, and at that point you can easily look at getting through 3 or 4 focus tokens.
Or potentially, if he has to defend against 6 TLT shots in a round.
Yeah.
You know, if he comes up with 1 hit, for example, on each of them, and has to spend the focus not to take the damage, that's 6 gone in a turn. You can only get to a turn.
So, expert handling barrel roll across there, stressing himself out. I'm not certain that is the move I would have gone for, but the dial is at least more open thanks to Kane and
Jarrus.
Thank you for following us, Grenadgrog. We appreciate that. By the way, for anyone who is following us or isn't, but would like to, it's a very good idea that you do follow us because we'll be streaming regularly now. The first Wednesday and third Wednesday of the month will be Flight Nights, where we'll have 2 games going on.
Yep.
And they will be streamed live to you from 7 p.m. British Summer Time. So yeah, we're starting early to try and get 2 games in for the evening, and then close it off. Or a game and a discussion, depending on if we get an FAQ drop or anything like that. It should be fun. Looking forward to it. Getting onto a schedule, I think, will help us quite a lot. So, the first and third Wednesday in the month. And if you're a Magic player, tune in for the second and fourth to see a bit of Magic going on.
So that's what you're doing the other 2 weeks. That makes a lot of sense now.
Yeah, Midweek Magic. So it would be Legacy format and Frontier, for those that know what those formats are.
I don't.
You're not the only one. So there's the turn in there from the Ghost. I just like that. I like that paint job. It's not the standard Ghost, but it's still a decent paint job.
There's enough VCXs knocking around the galaxy for that to be legit.
Perfectly legit.
Do you know the thing is, obviously with my Ghost, I love the paint job on mine, but that just looks. I've obviously
great.
played Mike, and I just had a whole game of just looking at going, oh.
The thing is, yours is nice, but what I like about that is that fits within the universe. No disrespect to yours.
No.
Yours are nice.
And obviously it's got the Rebel symbolisers on it as well.
Hello.
That 4 forwards there from Michael, I am a bit uncertain about that as a manoeuvre, and he's raging as well, and I'm fairly confident that is going to be outside of range 3.
Yeah, there's no way that's in range.
I think Michael is being a bit optimistic.
Well, remember, if this is a turn towards though,
That's true. If they do turn in, and it's a long turn, you never know. I guess it's best to...
but there
Okay,
is
there
inspiring.
we go. Will is turning in. I think that still might be slightly
Yeah, I
long
think
range.
But
that
on
is
the other
out.
hand, though, there is inspiring recruits sitting on Kane and Jarrus, though.
No, absolutely. And
So
it's,
that
it's,
can
it's
remove that.
useful.
So it's not too bad. It's not too bad.
It's probably a turn earlier than I would have raged myself.
Yeah.
And there we go. Will is vector thrustering back out of range. He wants to very much try and keep this engagement firmly on his terms.
Yeah.
Agreed. For those of you that were here about 20 minutes ago, we posted a link to all the lists that are playing today. And if you vote for 3 of those lists, it could be any 3, there's no criteria, as long as it's basically what you think is the best list, or the most competitive, or most interesting. We'll tally your votes, and the winner of that vote, the player, will get one of these, which is an Alt Art Sarge Ventress card. However, the person who voted for the winner, one lucky random person, will be sent one of these, a System Open Lothal Rebel / Baron of the Empire Alt and Art card. So these are really nice. So get your votes in for a chance to win one of these. We've only got one.
I wish I could vote.
I
would give all my votes to the people I played against today.
Yeah, hello?
Very much agreed in. Vector Thrusters transforms what the Hawk Dial is capable
It does, yeah.
It's otherwise a very... Now that's interesting.
So he's barrel rolled in.
He's moved and then barrel rolled in.
I wonder whether he's thinking the Ghost is going to do a wide turn and catching it out of arc.
No. Remember, obviously,
But the
this
Ghost's
turn
already
moves.
moved.
Exactly.
Oh,
So
yeah, that's
what
true,
he's
yes.
done, I think he's just drifted himself potentially
Into
in.
range 3
Into
of
range
everything.
3, yeah.
I'm not certain that that's going to be range 3 from the Hawk.
Not the
but-
Hawk, but definitely the
So
Ghost.
Kyle
but
Katarn
if it
is-
that's...
Going to move the focus from himself here to...
If he's being
The Ghost.
smart and he's at range 3, that means Kanan's ability won't trigger either. So
No.
But that does look like range 2 to me.
Or just out, I think.
Ugh.
I wouldn't want to call it, but that is range 3 and in arc, so there will be...
Oh no, it's range 2 because Kanan Jarrus is parking his ability. He's removing a focus to lower the dice coming down at him.
so effectively, that's just nerfed Finn, effectively.
No, because Finn happens upon a reroll, or
Finn adds a blank
Yeah.
result, but you're just effectively nerfing one of
Yeah.
those dice.
so here's Finn. So Finn adds a blank dice after the roll.
So this is 2 dice plus a blank.
Yes, 2 dice plus a blank, which is unfortunate, but hopefully he can get a reroll out of that because he is in arc.
There's definitely one reroll, so that looks like hit crit maybe, and
Here comes Ray's ability. When attacking a ship in arc, you may reroll one of your dice. Or is it
defending.
2?
or defending both. There's 3 licks of paint there.
Yep, there
and
you
there's,
go.
There's the focus.
The focus conversion for 3 hits on the Ghost, which just takes it because it's the Ghost. It doesn't have any agility.
No.
As you can see by the green number.
The green number being 0.
Yeah, so Kane's taking the shot across. That seems to me then like Kyle was out of range just about.
Yes. So it's a TLT.
There's 3 hits.
That's 1 on the Falcon. Which...
No, he would have 3 dice to defend with.
That's true.
He has 2 dice naturally because he's at... Oh no, he only gets 2.
And then
He doesn't get the range bonus.
accuracy corrector in for 2.
Yep, accuracy corrector for 2. So...
He only gets 2 dice for defending. That's why he couldn't do anything.
Oh no, because Finn works as well.
Yeah, but he doesn't get the range bonus.
That's true, yes.
So
Reroll both.
reroll both. But
They're
this
both blanks.
this I think is where the real strength of Michael's list is coming in.
Oh, yeah,
That's-
Oh, double evade, I think that is.
if that was double evade, that was very nice.
But then if there's no other shooting, this is from the Phantom, so he gets a second lot
A
of...
second lot of TLT. And this is where I think the Ghost makes this worth having the Phantom. Because there was a time when a lot of people discussed, is it worth having the Phantom on board? And I do think it is worth
Actually
it.
correct 2, because they're
Actually
all
correct
blanks.
because they're all blanks, so...
He's got to do it all again.
But he still gets 2 dice.
He still does,
1
yeah.
dice, and then...
1 dice and Finn.
and a
So
Finn, so...
the worst case scenario is he's re-rolling 1. But if the first one comes out of the focus, he's got no focus left to spend.
He has a focus there, but he's no focus result. Rolling... Oh, another focus.
No.
No. Actually not convinced. I think that might have actually been avoided.
Yeah.
think Will's having some quite good luck with his
That's
dice
3
now.
though, so that can't be evaded. If it wasn't, it was going to be focused up. So
Yeah, it's focused up now, so that can't be evaded. So we're
Nope.
going to see not even a rolling of the dice there. Just yes, I concede that I can't dodge that. So here, take my
so
shield.
2 shields off Ray. I think Michael would be justifiably a little disappointed.
I
with
agree.
how that turn of firing went.
I agree.
And I think as well his hawk is a bit too far forwards.
I think this turn, if I was Will, if you've got Kyle Katarn in arc, go for it. I think if you've got Kyle Katarn in arc and in close enough range, then
The Falcon's going to be in a very interesting position where it's going to want to clear its stress, but the ghost might be in the way.
I would just do a straight, a 1 straight.
Yeah, you could do that, unless the ghost...
Can't block that.
If the ghost falls a 1's turn, it might just be able to clink it, but maybe... It'd be tough. I don't think so, but you never know.
No, this is going to be tough.
It is gonna be a tough one.
I would want to turn my ghost away from the engagement if I was Michael.
And use your rear auxiliary firing arc.
You've got your auxiliary firing arc if you want to start checking your 4 dice out. But
Where are you going to go from
honest,
there, though? Where are you going to go from here to get out of the way of the engagement?
That's true. You have to move the...
Because you have to move the ghost first. You can't get past Kyle Katarn.
That is... too
I
bad.
always thought a 1 bank would be alright.
Actually, yeah, 1 back, yeah. You got a point there.
Michael is going for a different approach here. That is... What's that?
A 3...
that looks like a 2,
yeah,
I would imagine.
that is a 2.
Yeah, because that's the one.
Now this might
there.
stop the one straight.
That's what I mean. This one may stop it. Turn and block the Falcon, still 4 dice attack.
It's legit. That I think as well is going to successfully block the Falcon. A 1 forwards isn't going to clear.
Yeah, that's not going to clear.
I'm expecting a 1 forward from the Hawk.
Inspiring recruits. So...
Is that
1
forwards?
green.
There we go. Ditch the
both those stress and rage.
up again. Yeah,
why
there
not?
we go.
There we go.
This is weird, actually, seeing this ability being used on a Hawk rather than for me with Ezra.
But it's really damaging.
Oh yeah. No, I know. I've faced that myself. So
Here comes the 1 bank from the Hawk here.
I think if I was
That Hawk is going to take a very punishing amount of fire in a moment.
Yeah, yes.
yeah, but where would you move him? Would you try and barrel roll him to keep him out of
You can't get out of range of that.
The barrel roll doesn't
barrel roll
help you.
backwards? Is about the only place he could go. But
You might just get out of range of the Hawk, but is it really worth it at that point?
no.
I'm very much in agreement, Ian. Inspiring recruit, I think, is one of the real hits from Wave 10. For 1 point, it's very strong. Like it's taking a crew slot, which is always slightly saddening to lose, but
But for
at
what
the
it
same
gives
time,
you.
it's so good, and the fact that it doesn't just apply to your ship.
Shameless plug at this point. When you get a chance, Ian, go back and watch one of the last flight nights we did where I ran my U-Wing, Corran, and Biggs list. That uses Inspiring Recruits essentially as the main card to make the entire thing work.
And believe you me, that list works. It works really well.
Thank you, I appreciate that. Bit of shameless plugging there because I'm very proud of
Okay.
that. Very proud of that list.
That's a bump in there.
Yeah.
I think Ray is probably getting arc onto the Falcon, onto the Hawk though.
I agree with that,
And
yes.
I think that is dangerous.
I think
I
it's
agree.
close though from that angle.
That might be range 1.
Could be.
It's getting a focus taken for modification. No, Michael, don't pass that focus taken across. You've already got it. You want to keep it for your defensive mods. Because you are about to take effectively 4 dice shot.
But Kanan Jarrus is also lowering the dice down.
That's
Which is fair, and it's good. It's a good tactic. Use that ability. It's a very good ability.
But on the other hand, because of the same pilot skill, well, I would have kept the focus there for the TLT shots. Means you don't have to re-roll as much, potentially.
No,
Or
you
evading.
Kyle really wanted that focus taken for defense.
Yeah.
Because that's
Oh, it looks like it was a range 2 shot.
Oh, that's not bad. Focusing that up. There's the focus on the.
that's 3, and then if there's a focus in
That looks
here-
like a double evade.
That is double evade.
Okay, if that's double evade, that is not so bad.
Oh, no, it's not.
It's a shield and a hull, so
Okay.
not double
Must have
evade.
been a focus there, but
Okay, Michael has got out of that comparatively lightly.
And if it's
because
range
it
2,
means-
the TLT shots could work.
Well, specifically, it means that the TLT fire that's now incoming cannot kill Kyle.
No.
There's another damage card.
This is range 3. This is just outside of where Kanan's ability can affect. This is what I thought was the case. Michael really wanted that focus for mods.
Yeah.
And now Kyle is on one hull left.
Okay.
If it was me, from where this is going, I would put every single shot this turn at Kyle Gatan.
Yeah.
Because that's
It's-
potentially 6 hits coming in, and there's only 5.
It's going to be difficult to take him down because
that
of
with
the
Chewie?
sheer
Is that
sheer
No,
quantity.
this is TLT
But I mean,
range.
is there Chewie on Wills?
I
I don't believe so.
don't think so, no.
No. Rex Spec? No, of course not.
And that's a shield plinked off of Will's Kyle-Katarn.
Okay, and here comes the second one in. If Michael can manage to get all of these to land,
They all land. Look at that.
If these all land, Kyle Gatan's dead.
yeah.
So that's another damage card to Kyle-Katarn.
Okay, so Michael needs 3 of the ghosts TLTs to land. I'm not 100% certain the odds are in his favour, but the accuracy corrector is giving him a
And
very
he's got 2 lots of
strong floor.
focus. And he's got 2 lots of focus here.
Like that base floor is very good from this perspective.
Oh, yeah.
And if he can get 3 hits on any of these, then that is a massive help as well.
Here we go. That's 3 hits. Spending a focus to turn that up to 3 hits.
Why is that 4 dice? Oh, because he's
using the primary.
Ooh.
Because if you can then get that through,
That's
get that down lower, so that's 1. You have to TL. You get TL. Oh, hang on a minute. Has he just dealt 2?
Yes, he has.
He's still in that same situation. He's got to find one of them.
That was a good call.
That was a good call.
I personally
I
would
think
have.
if the dice ran flat, that would have been a.
Now here comes the TLT. So he only needs one of these to land to kill Kyle. It was a good call, risky, but
That's got to be 3.
that's a focus up, and there's no way Kyle can evade that.
Nicely done. It's not the play I would have made. I would have gone for the guaranteed consistency of the TLT and just forced Will to keep rolling green dice until they failed.
Now this is going to be interesting.
But that has been a huge help.
And he's in a perfect position this turn, Michael is, just to pull the 5k with the Ghost and 4 forward with... Actually, no.
No, it's fine. If he does both of them,
The thing is,
then
I'm
inspiring recruit because it's 9 num.
Yeah, but I'm thinking of getting because if you do 1 forward next round with the Ghost, you're out of position with the Hawk. However,
I don't think the Hawk is surviving through the next round of fire.
that's true. Yes, so maybe the
It's going
5k
to be-
is the best.
It's going to be
choice.
very difficult for Kyle to not take the hit.
Or 4 straight with Kyle and do it like a 2 straight with a Ghost, which will obviously clear the base. And then if the shot comes in at range, if Ray wants to go and shoot Kyle Gatan and Ken's at range 2, knock the dice down.
What are we thinking here? Are we thinking a 3 S loop to Ray's left here?
Or keep Arc on the right stuff
Yeah,
on the board.
I do agree.
Here comes 5k.
Now this is potentially a problem because that is stressing Kanan out. He does not have any tokens to modify this turn, and what Kanan ideally would have liked to do is stay within range 2 of Ray, so that he could use those focus results to start chipping down the amount of damage he can put out.
Yeah.
I think Michael may just
Have overplayed his hand.
not necessarily overplaying his hand, but I think Michael may just have accepted the fact that
Kyle's gonna die.
Kyle is going to die, and he is just sacrificing it and forcing Will to have to shoot at that, or
He's raging. I mean, Kyle won't. If Kyle will get shot first by Ray, so Ray will get the first shot in.
It's not an arc though.
that's
Oh, it is.
no, that's
just a 3.
just a 3.
Three bank. Why are you not
You
rotating
could sloop.
it?
You could sloop.
He is
Oh,
now.
he is now.
Okay,
So he's
okay,
completing
good.
it,
He
then
just
he's
placed it
doing
there
it.
first, seeing and then doing, rather than going, I'm going to 3 sloop.
Yes, okay.
He's being very thorough for the benefits of us on the stream.
So, yeah. Still out of arc.
Still out of arc.
Ooh, okay. This is
Still out of arc and actually possibly out of range of Kanan completely here.
Yeah. But not for long. The expert handling comes into play.
it's bananas.
He's going to just move it so it's just
And
on the board.
now he's in range 1 in arc.
Yeah.
Bye-bye, Kyle.
roll dice, and die.
Doesn't have a focus token though, so
No, but with rerolls, you've got decent quality at the very least.
well, if all of his dice disappear,
And
into
unfortunately,
nothingness,
you've also now moved the Falcon into range 3 of the Ghost, which now has got focus thanks to Kyle. So there
or is
is.
he just going to sit it there? So he's getting TLT shots against Ray.
I'd do primary and then TLT. So.
Do that again, yeah, that's a good idea. So that's
And there's Finn's
4
blank dice.
Oh, that's like 3. Is that 3 hits already on the table?
Look at that. Look at that.
That's 1 dead hawk.
That's a dead hawk. It's an overkill on the hawk.
So I think Michael was just.
Excuse me a minute.
It's going to die. There are no two ways about this. There is no way.
Sorry, mate.
No way out of the hawk dying. So let's just position it so I can get some shots in.
And now it's a slugfest between
Do we have range
ghost?
3 there? That
Yes,
looks
we
like
do.
range 3. Okay, good. That is definite benefit to Michael.
Although it's worth noting, thanks to Finn, Ray will get 3 dice. Oh well,
Not
2
with
dice.
the TLT, and I would 100.
That's-
Michael, I would not go for the primary here.
He's done. He's gone for the primary. He's spent the focus. He's got
Very
3
little
hits.
modification.
Yeah, that's the thing. Then again, he's got a blank there. Ray could get this and avoid the entire exchange. He's got 1 evade already. There's an evade, and I think there's a focus in there. So I think 1 is plinked off. There they gathered up and show us the money. I actually think maybe that was nothing. Oh, no. It's a crit that's gone through.
Hold on. So Ray's actually out of shields and has taken a crit.
Yes. So Ray has lost all shields.
I think we've missed some.
We've missed some damage somewhere. But there's been a crit involved.
That is a huge swing. I
That
don't know
is
what the
different,
crit
yeah.
was, however, which could be
Thrust control fire, 2 stress.
Okay, that is very very bad news for Ray.
Yes. There's accuracy corrector.
Okay, yeah, this is absolutely my Ian. It's swung things very firmly in Michael's favour.
There's an evade. He gets a reroll thanks to. You don't get to keep showing us the Ray. We kind of get that it's the reroll aspect, yes, but I appreciate it. And there's another evade. Oh no, that's focus. Is there a damage card? No, there's not. So there's 3 hits. Ray cannot avoid all of that. So Ray is taking another hit.
So how much is left? Two.
It's now and a half.
Is it 7 hull remaining on the Falcon?
Yep, 7 hull remaining. And let's double check this. There looks to be more damage card than there should be there. No, was that 2 or 3? Looks to be 2. I'd say that's 2. I'll say that's 2. Mr. Lincoln, how was it everything all right?
Yeah, no, I just had to.
Cool. So yes, Ray is taking a
Could you
beating.
do us a very quick favour and just pop through and check how many damage cards there are on Ray at this point?
Okay.
As I think that is an important question.
It's a very important. Actually, check damage in general, please.
If there is 1 more damage on there, that is only 3 TLT shots potentially required to take Ray down. But this I'm expecting to be a 1 banker or 1 forwards, which is going to give Ray a strong range 1 shot into Kane and Jarrus. And that is definitely good for Will.
And of course, as someone's pointed out, there's still a docked Phantom, which, to be fair, is only there to give the double TLT shot and rear firing arc. So Michael's not really bothered about that, but he does have the option there.
Yeah, well, particularly with that auto blaster turret.
Yes, don't underestimate that.
It's not nothing.
Yeah. Spending a focus to lower the attack dice coming its way. Okay, what's the damage report?
So if I tell you it's 3 apiece, so it's 3 damage cards on Ray.
So that's 3 damage cards on Ray. Okay, that's quite a big swing.
That's a big swing.
And obviously 3 shields off the Ghost.
Nice. Oh, what a whiff there for Ray. That's not bad, actually. That's 3 hits.
So where did all those rerolls come from?
I think. Oh, you roll too many dice, so they reroll the entire thing, which is fair.
Cool.
That's all 3 shields gone, isn't it? Yeah. And there's the Ghosts. Rather kind of almost pitiful in a weird way roll, but still decent with 3 hits and
Double rerolls.
double blanks, but double rerolls. Blank and an evade. Not today.
So evades one of them, takes 2.
That's a crit. Console fire.
Console fire. Oh.
It's getting worse and worse.
Specifically, it stops.
Oh, there's another one as well. Is that weapons failure? I think that's weapons failure as well.
It is. This is stopping Will from doing what I think he would otherwise have wanted to do, which would be do a white 3 bank round, drop your stress, and then do the sloop to reacquire, because that would get him arc back in, and he's just not getting it.
To be honest, I don't think this really matters too much, because if it was me,
fairly quickly.
If it was me from where Michael is, I would look to do a 4 straight or even a 5k ton, because then you're going. I have at the very least I have arc. The worst case scenario is I have 4 TLT shots and you've got 4 health left on Ray.
Just do a 3 forward. Use the rear arc.
That's the thing. Will desperately wants to get arc. He needs that firing arc on the ghost.
Yeah.
Because the rerolls he's getting on both attack and defense are a very big deal.
I think it's also worth considering that thanks to weapons failure, unless he flips that face down, he's going to be rolling 2 dice, which Kanan can effectively turn down to 1. Of course, that'll make it 2 for Finn, but that's not a lot of damage.
No.
Kanan can tank that quite well. He can keep going for at least, I'd say, 4 or 5 more rounds.
He's got to do a maneuver to drop that console fire, though.
Would you just 3 bank, lose Kanan and Jarrus, and then turn weapons failure down, then do a 3 sloop and come back round again?
Actually, yeah, no, Ian, that's a very good point. 4 TLT shots doing 2 hits apiece is game over, so he...
Apart from if there's arc and there's 2 evades, 2 evades, 2 evades, 2 evades.
That's what Ian's saying. If there's no arc,
Unless Asteroid comes into play and same thing.
Will's only choice here
3 sloop
is go for the 3 bank, drop the stress with Kane Jarrus, then do the rotation. He's got to get the arc back into play, and I think he may even struggle to get half points off the ghost at this point.
Yes, because it's 16 in total for the ghost. He needs to get another.
He needs to get another 2 damage.
2.
Not what I expected from Maggs.
Oh, but to be fair, I think a 4 straight or 3. Well, 3 straight would have just got maybe just the other side, or if not, might have bumped. Because there was a little bit of distance between.
There you go. The 2 tombstones that are providing stability to that thing.
Yeah, I might actually try that with my ghost.
I'm tempted to try it with my ghost as well.
At least you don't have to worry about the whole bottom bit of it going as well when you pick it up.
And there's the 3 sloopers. You 2 called it directly. Probably to clear the stress from Kanan Jarrus and then to sloop around and get arc. Which he needs because he needs defensive rolls for arc.
Well, that's the thing. He won't be getting any range modification. He's got to...
But he's got console fire.
He's thinking about it. He needs to.
Oh, no.
Don't consider it. Do it.
You've got 4 hull left.
But if console fire makes it 3, it's put it even more into Michael Magg's pocket here.
The thing is, if he doesn't do the turn, he's not. If he doesn't do the turn, Michael wins.
He's expert handling. I think that's a mistake.
Yeah.
Good.
And closest.
I'm needed. And
from here, the closest point is not going over that asteroid.
What? No, I suspect you're right. I think maybe Will is trying to get half points.
Yeah, but with the weapons...
If he can manage to punt just enough damage through onto Kanan to knock those 2 off, then he gets the half points, which is the best he can hope for. I personally would have done the turn, taken the range 3 shot, had the extra modifiers from being in arc, but...
So that's 2. I'm sure there was a weapons failure crit in there as well, which makes it 1. There we go. Only 1. Only 1 dice. That is a hit, though. That is something. Oh, it's a crit, and it's a direct hit. That's half points ghost.
Okay. That, despite all odds, has worked out.
Yeah. So we'll just have to see how this goes the rest of the game, though, because I think this is going to be actually corrected.
Michael actually doesn't need to roll dice at this point.
Oh, no.
Yeah, we've actually run out of prize support for token-wise for these tournaments.
Really?
Yeah. So don't worry. We've got enough to support. We've got 2 sets of Tractor tokens, and to supplement our extra player base, I've thrown in 2 packs of Evade tokens.
Nice.
Frosted Evade tokens from way back.
Oh, nice. Very nice.
Yes, to give a bit more boost to the prize support today.
Dang.
So that's...
I'm almost sad I'm not playing for those.
Which ones are they?
Excellent stuff.
These ones.
Oh, those ones that you had many moons ago.
Yes, these
Beautiful.
ones. This is the last set we have, so we'll probably do something
Very
special
nice.
for these.
Very nice.
Yes.
Cool.
Though I have to say, what I'm really hyped for are those rectangular evade tokens from the Quarter 2 kit.
They fit exactly inside the nubs, apparently.
Nice.
Yeah, so...
There
There
we
we
go.
go. Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah.
But the advantage is that last shot that Will had was a direct hit, so that's 8 damage on the 16 total with the ghost, so he gets at least half points on the ghost.
Fantastic. Did you already apply that?
I did that.
Awesome. Well, that was fairly quick. We still got 33 minutes left on the clock.
That last round was quite punishing.
Yes.
Michael got very lucky, particularly with Kyle lasting that extra round, and I think that extra round was a bit of a decider.
I think the overall outcome of the game, though, when Kyle was gone and Ray was in a bad way, I think if Ray didn't go this turn, Ray would have gone next turn.
Oh yeah. No, absolutely.
So all it would have done was bought him a turn.
Oh no. The specific point was when Michael passed that focus token across from his Kyle to Kanan, and as a result left him without any defensive modification. He got the dice results he needed there, which was by no stretch of the imagination a sure thing. So yeah, very, very lucky for Michael there, because I think if his Kyle had gone down at that point, we might have had a bit of a different result.
Yeah,
I completely agree. I think that would have changed things dramatically. It was a good game, though, and I thought we knew it was going to be good, and it turned out to be quite a ripping game, actually.
A bit quicker than I'd anticipated.
Yes.
that being done with more than half an hour left on the clock was
was
a little surprising.
Very surprising, but so yeah, people don't forget that